Salam alaikum, peace be on you people. Now today I'm just going to talk about Amir Khan. Now Amir Khan, he had a fight with Terence Crawford, I think that's what his name is, on Saturday, and he lost. It's quite weird in a way because it just seems as though that he's going on a downward spiral now in terms of his career. I think the next thing for him would be the British fight. I'm not sure who it is, but I forgot what his name is. It's from Sheffield. Everybody's been after him to fight that guy, and I think eventually now is his perfect time to fight him, really. And you know, good for him. But I will say this, so in terms of his career, this is kind of horrible, man. It's kind of sad to see it go from such a high to such a low. Look, his career has been up and down, all the way through. I think it started off obviously from the Prescott fight when he got knocked out in that. I think it was in the first round as well when he got knocked out. He changed camps. You know, I mean, then he decided he decided to change camp. Went to Freddie Roach, which is fair enough. And then basically changed his management in terms of going away from Frank Warren. I thought that was a big mistake, but obviously, you're probably getting a big piece of the pie now when he hasn't got the middleman, the promoter Frank Warren taking a big cut off him. So in that regard, I guess that's a business decision, keeping it with himself, keeping the money with him. Fair enough, but yeah, I think he did great with Freddie Roach, and he was doing great. And Freddie Roach was controlling him very, 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 very much so. And I think Amir Khan's best performance as of yet, and without a doubt, even if I go watch, if you want to see boxing at its best, go and watch Paulie Malignaggi versus Amir Khan. That was his best performance, because I actually could watch that and think, you know what, that's a boxing masterclass. Is the way he worked his jab all the way through till the 11th round, I think it was. Jabbed him, and then basically on and then on the 12th round, Freddie said, "Go for it. Go for the kill to finish him off." And he did. It was a TKO victory, and good for him. And overall, it was a good performance by Amir Khan. But then what happened is I think he started going for the kill a bit too much. That was a problem. He didn't listen to Freddie Roach in that regard. I think that's where it went sour for him. And maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm not. I don't think I am personally. I could be, but when he was with Freddie Roach, he was perfect. But then he didn't. It started from the Danny Garcia fight. The moment he had that fight, when he had it, he was doing brilliant. But the thing is, he was overcommitting in them. He was overcommitting in the punches that he was throwing. He was throwing it, and he was thinking he was going to knock him out. And he was throw, like a 3-punch combination. He'd just come back, and he didn't protect his chin properly, and then he got caught, and then he wobbled, and basically he went serve from there, and then he got stopped, and then he decided to change to go to Virgil Hunter. What the hell was that all about? And I still, even now when I think about it, I think that's a complete and utter mismatch in terms of styles. Because Virgil Hunter's style is more, flat-footed. He wants his fighters to be... Well, I can't say about other fighters, but in terms of in terms of coaching him, he was basically telling him, oh, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this at this particular time, and he would. To be truthful, Amir has listened more to Virgil Hunter than he did with Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach was quite considerate regarding, in terms of his coaching. He was a lot more lenient. However, when it comes to Virgil Hunter, he's more strict in terms of his guidelines, what he wants him to do, etc. And he made him into a flat-footed fighter, and I think that's where the problem has lied. I think when he was with Freddie Roach, Freddie heightened his positives, which was the look. Amir's style, he's best at the thing where he's best at is his amateur style, which is basically point fighting and working his jab, doing it a bit like Muhammad Ali, working his jab, not trying to go for the KO, Nazim Hamid style, or anything like that, but basically working the jab, etc. Sure, obviously, Amir has changed his style with Virgil Hunter, and it was noticeable even in this fight that he was working his defense very appropriately. However, he still has that flat-footed style, and I think that's where the problem lies. I think, as well, unfortunately, I think he needs to go back. He needs to go back to Freddie Roach. In my opinion, he needs to go back to Freddie Roach. He needs to go back to what he was good at, the amateur style, the basically jab and move type of thing. But which he was doing against Canelo. But look, reality is when he was fighting Canelo, he circled into the I can't remember which. If Canelo's a southpaw or orthodox, yeah, he's orthodox, isn't he? Yeah, he circled into his right hand. He's circled into his right hand, and that's one of the things you don't do. You know what I mean? You don't circle into the direction of the your opponent's punching hand, and that's what he did, and he got caught with Canelo. And in this fight, he wasn't great. His fundamentals were just there as usual. His defense was good in terms of keeping his hand up. However, as far as his flat-footedness, it's still there. It's still there. I mean, I've noticed, like against who's that guy? No, that Mexican guy who we went 12 rounds with. I mean, it's only during the latter rounds he starts to, relax a bit. I mean, slow down. Amir does, you know what I mean? But the thing is, in general, he shouldn't be doing that, with considering the fact that he's had so many amateur fights, etc. And I think that's where what the problem has lied, is his style. He tried to make it more for the professional boxing. Make it more for the professional boxing style, trying to please the fans in terms of trying to knock out guys, and I think that's where you're gonna go wrong. You don't want to do that. And then, okay, look, now Teddy Atlas, he's saying that KO'd the guy. He made $5 million, and he should have shown more heart in the fight. You know what I mean? He quit. He quit after he got hit. During the groin, and he couldn't continue. You know what? Whatever shot he hit, I have to respect Teddy Atlas's response in terms of the box that you wear, the groin protector. He's saying that you could use a baseball bat and hit it and it won't affect you. Look, if it's slightly, if you move in a different angle or something like that, the cup, then the groin protector, then it can still hurt you. Obviously, advertisements are advertisements, but in reality, you might still feel a bit of pain. I'm not gonna deny that, but I could be wrong, But what I mean to say is, in terms of Amir showing that he's had no heart, I think that's wrong. I really do think Teddy's a bit. Teddy's wrong on that, because look, if he wanted to go out, he could have just done it in the first round. You know what I mean? He got walloped in the first round, and he was wobbling on his legs as usual. And that's no disrespect to Amir. You know what I mean? He's got a tough heart. You know what I mean? But he continued, and when he got hit with that shot, and I think it was round 6 or whatever it was, in the groin. God bless him. It was he couldn't take it, so he quit. But he didn't. He's saying he didn't quit. And look, if he quit or if he said no, I haven't, I can't continue, big deal. You know what I mean? Big deal. Look, he went out there, he tried his best. He couldn't continue. He physically couldn't continue. What we're gonna do? We're just gonna try to embarrass him even more. Well, look, he tried his best. You know what I mean? Normally he could go 12 rounds. Normally, on this occasion, he couldn't. He might have hit his groin a bit. Might have grazed his groins at a particular angle or something, where it would be more painful. But reality is, man, he tried and he did good. What I would say though is to Amir, man, if you're watching this, which I don't doubt you ever will, but if anybody is a boxing fan, you know what? He definitely needs to change camps. He doesn't need to be with Virgil Hunter. I think he needs to go back to his old amateur style. And mainly, I think he needs to work on his cardio and just work on his jab and try to work that Ali style. Really, seriously, because that's what he was best at. I mean, look, like in Bolton and in the during the Olympics, his style was basically fast hands, which he's got today, as well as that. He wasn't famous for punching power. So if you've got fast hands, what would be more effective with the fast hands? Great footwork, but he doesn't show any. That's the unfortunate thing. He's basically flat-footed style, in my opinion. It's very flat-footed. And I feel completely. I think he needs to just move and change his style for sure, and go through the amateur style and try to work it through the point style, point fighting. Okay, that's it from me. Let me know what you guys think. Anyway, peace out. Hopefully everything is good. Peace out.